G'day guys, the front bar and the bash plate and brackets are back from the powder coaters, and in today's video we're going to put that all back in on the front end. I've got brand new hardware from Bolt and Nut Australia, so that should look really good once it's all back together. I've got the new LED indicators to go on as well, so we'll get stuck into that now. Alright, so I think what I might do first is throw these indicators in the bar, and then I'll just move the bar out of the way and fit the bash plate. I've already got a couple of little bolts in this side because I just wanted to see if they fit, if I had bolts that fit, because it was the one thing that I didn't remember to order bolts from Bolt and Nut Australia, but I do luckily have bolts that fit quite well. They're just a bit snug going in because of the fresh powder coating, so I've got to give them a little bit of persuasion with the old hammer just to get through the powder coating in the hole. And spring washer. There we go. How good does that look? Fresh amber or orange indicators in fresh satin black powder coat always looks the goods. Very nice. Alright, I'll move this out of the way and we'll get that bash plate on. That's that one started at least. Spring washer on. A couple of these. Right. I'm not going to do these too uptight just yet. I just want to do them up a little bit more. Make sure they're actually going to... Yeah, they're going in fine. Alright, one freshly powder coated bash plate with new zinc coated hardware. Very nice. Alright, time to put these brackets on. Originally this had a tow hook on one side and then like the flat plate style recovery point where you've got to put a shackle through, but I'm just going to run two hooks for now. Getting close now to putting this thing over the pits, getting it registered, and I can already just picture it down on the beach having a bit of a fishing session. Oh, beautiful. Well, I feel like this bracket is on the piss something fierce for some reason. But we'll just have to see. 'Cause I think it was like that originally anyway, which is why the front bar didn't sit very well. And I've made adjustments to the holes on the brackets to sort of compensate for that. Alright, the moment of truth. We fit the bar up to the brackets and see how it looks. See if it sits anywhere near where I had it before I sent it off for powder coating. Now, were they both on the inside or just one inside and one outside? I can't remember anymore. Like, it's not too bad, I suppose. I just gotta, it's not sitting level obviously, but so I just gotta raise it up. So I might just leave it like that. I will tighten up the bolts on the indicators and plug them in, and then we'll throw some bolts in this bar and see how it sits. Okay, I'll plug these in to make sure they work correctly before I go any further. Looking good. Alright, I'll cable tie them back up and then we'll bolt this bar on. Alright, so I've got these purlin bolts to actually mount the bar to the brackets, but I didn't realise that these are the standard strength ones, 4.6. So as soon as I can, I'll replace these with some 8.8 high tensile purlin bolts, but for now they'll do the trick. I'll get the bar on, and I'll be able to get the car over the pits for registration, and then I'll just swap these bolts out when I get a chance. Oh, it's actually pretty close. Hello Nova. I think I'm going to need 6 bolts, not 4. Hello darling. Yes, you're not helping. Hey, you're not helping at all. Get out of it. You're not helping me. You're making it harder. You're making it harder. Oh, just can't quite get the leverage. That centered it a lot more than it was. Not perfect still, but a hell of a lot closer. Alright, let's try and bolt this up. Hopefully I didn't do that too tight, and I can still get this up, but it will be tight enough that it will hold it when I do. Oh no, actually it needs to come down a bit. What does that other side need to come up? They could probably both come up, but I don't know that I want them higher. That actually looks pretty perfect. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm locking it off. I could probably shorten that. I've only got to take, what, maybe 10 mil off. I could take 5 mil off each side. I might do that. So I'll just hit these ends with a bit of rust guard epoxy enamel, let that dry, and then we'll tap it back in there. It'll still need a tap in with a piece of wood or something, but it's pretty close now, so it's not gonna need bashing. And then tidy up the wiring, and we're done. Alright, let's get this last piece on so we can call it done. It is stinking hot here today. Alright, we'll tidy up this wiring. Just tuck this up somewhere and get it zip tied right to that bracket there, I reckon. And then we'll give it a bit of a wash. Very good. Spewing about that one bolt. That looks good. Fresh powder coat, all brand new shiny hardware. Excellent. Well, that's it for today, guys. The bar work is back on, freshly powder coated, shiny new bolts. Looking really good. A bit disappointed I couldn't fit the second tow hook because I've got one bolt hole that's no good at the moment. So I'll try and rectify that in the future. But this bar is coming off again down the track anyway. Eventually when this car goes in for panel and paint, I'll be putting an ARB Deluxe bar on the front and getting rid of this crappy bull bar. And yeah, that's crappy bull bar, not to be confused with a crappy Barbara, okay? So I think next video I'll either be putting this thing over the pits and trying to get it registered, or I have ordered some accessories for the bull bar. I've got to make a phone call to the inspectors and just query the overdrive. If they'll allow it to get registered without the overdrive functioning, then next video will probably be this thing going over the pits. If they want overdrive working for it to get registered, then next video will probably be me dealing with the overdrive or accessories, depending on what parts and bits and pieces get here in the mail first. But anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.